it's me Emily. Today I'm showing 5 ways to decorate the campsite. I don't really like the campsite, I just feel like I never have ideas for it, but making this video has helped give me 5 new options, so hopefully it will help give you some inspiration too. The first idea I have is to turn a camp into part of a much bigger building. Specifically today I'm doing a castle, which I really like because it's so grand and impressive, so I definitely feel any villagers would be very excited to come and stay here. I'm starting with the medieval building sides to create a wall at the back. I went for a pink theme just because it's one of my favourite colours, but there are so many customizable variants, so you can make this fit whichever theme you like the best. I'm going to bring some castle walls to the side, which helps make the campsite feel very enclosed within the build, which I like. And then I can start creating a cliff structure behind my wall, which is where a lot of the forced perspective will come from. I made this 2 tiles wide, but if you have space you can go way bigger and even add another layer of cliff on top of this base one if you want to make a super huge building. The castle towers are going to help hide the cliff edge, plus I love that you can put an item on them too. It makes them seem really detailed, so I'm going to be using the Nova Light as my item. Now I'm ready to come up to the second layer where I want to use more castle towers. I'm not very familiar with making buildings at all, as normally I have very natural islands, but I will say I loved doing this so much. And I definitely think there's space for a castle even on natural islands. For fairy core this pink colour scheme works, and you can make it into some kind of a fairy royalty house, or if you used the more broken down looking variants you could work this into a cottagecore island for sure. I added floor lights in the corners, and you can't see them now, but please just trust that at night time they add some more glow, which works so nicely. And then here is the finished area. I really love how this turned out, especially if you look upwards, there's a very nice perspective, so I really hope that you liked it. On to idea 2, and I want to make something nice and simple, hopefully the type of build that can work on anybody's island even if you don't have a lot of furniture yet. I want this area to feel quite natural, but I'm also using the brick pathing to create more of an established area for sitting and dining. After adding my tree, I did come through with some custom designs just for that little bit more depth and interest, but this could really easily be left out if you'd like to just stick to in-game paths. I'm adding a sofa for somewhere to sit, and then at the front I'll make a cooking area with a log stool and a campfire. I also added the tiki torch. I just really enjoy the idea of coming to a campsite late at night and it's all glowing and inviting because of the fire. Then I definitely think the mush furniture works for the campsite. It just feels like the outdoors to me, and I added in all different and tasty looking foods. Coming onto the back section, I want this to be the area you would see right when entering the campgrounds, so we've got a promotional poster up there and lots of trees. I also used the evergreen ash as another type of tree just to make something a bit different from the normal cedar and hardwood trees. And then here is a finished area. I like this one, and it's nice to do a build that's quite simple because it will be easier to just swap out a few items and change up the whole area. Next I'm doing a campsite build inspired by my current island theme, which is fairy core. I'm going to keep this quite foresty still because I think it makes sense that the campsite can be in the forest, but the twist is that this forest has been abandoned long enough for the fairies to come out of hiding and make this their home. I love the peach trees, they're just that little bit different, and the pink is so pretty and pastel, and then my go-to flower is a white cosmos. I just adore the little pop of yellow in it. Then a stunted tree will look so nice here. If you don't already know, you can grow trees to whatever size you like and then just plant a piece of fruit behind them and they will stay the same size. I find custom designs do help a lot with making an enchanted look. For example, here I've got this massive book code and I like to picture it's some kind of spell book or something magical like that. I've got this fairy circle code too that I use a lot, and of course I've got to include my favourite item, a bubble machine. I just think these look so fun when hidden behind another object because it sends bubbles throughout the whole build without being too obvious. I'll quickly add a mush lamp and a little picnic scene over on the right, and now I'm ready to come and make my fairy waterfall. So of course my channel name is Crossing Falls, and I called myself that because of how much I love waterfalls in game, and that is still very much the case. They're just so pretty, and I really do believe they can work on any theme, and I don't know, I just think that they are so good. My finishing touches for this build are just a few items up on the cliff top. The Emperor Butterfly model in particular I think works well. And there we go, this was my third idea. I like this one a lot, and it can be expanded to be as big or small of an area as what you want to give over for your campsite. So my fourth idea is all about the fact that so many people like to keep their campsite on the peninsula or even on the beach if it will fit. Now I didn't want to move my whole campsite just for this video, so instead I'm going to cut a river all around it and add sand pathing, and if you like this idea best then you could either move the camp down to the beach or keep it on land and just copy me. For decorations, I definitely want to use so much of the shelf furniture. It's bright, it's colourful and fun, I like it a lot. Also, you can customize it into so many colours, so if you really want, say, a purple beach, you can do that. With my trees, I'm going to use bamboo. I guess coconuts would be the typical choice, but I just love the vibrancy of the green bamboo. Then I have this custom design. It is a turtle body, so I'm placing it by my water's edge, and then the shell stool looks like the shell of a turtle, and it's just adorable. It's like they're about to go swimming. So cute. I've got the bistro table to use. I love this item and think it works very well on the beach. I would really enjoy sitting here and reading a book, and of course let's add some more bubbles and flowers. I used so many flowers for this one. I really wanted it to feel alive and vibrant. I chose the vertical board fencing to scatter throughout and customized it to white. And then here is how the campsite could be worked into a beach build. This one is fun and colourful, so I like it a lot. It's now time for the last idea of the video, and I'm going to make a teddy bear shop, imagining that the campsite is some part of the shop floor, maybe a special display area or something like that. Of course, this build can be changed to sell whatever you're specifically interested in, so you can make a garden, flower stall, a food shop, really anything you can find in game could be used, but yeah, I'll stick with teddy bears for today. And there are just so many bear items within the game. It's awesome. I love the huge papa bear, and I believe there's an even bigger one. I just don't have a recipe for it yet. Also, all the dreamy cuddlies look so good here. This is a build that can be very easily changed to suit your preferences in terms of an island theme. For example, I chose mainly brown furniture, and my pathing is also the dirt pathing, so whilst the teddy shop in itself isn't all that natural, this one has quite a natural feel. Whereas, if you used maybe stone pathing and more colourful items, this would fall into kidcore or even tropical. There's definitely a lot of possibility for variation. And of course, it's not like you need to have a strict theme for an island. I just know some people prefer to have it that way, so you can experiment and see what you like the best. Then I know some toy shops, I was specifically thinking of Build-A-Bear, have clothes you can buy for your teddies too, so I'm adding some clothing racks in the back before extending my path in the front. And here is my finished store. This is such a cute area. I really love seeing all the bears. Okay, so those were my 5 campsite ideas. I really hope they can give you some inspiration if you've been struggling. Let me know in the comments which was your favourite, and whilst you're down there, maybe consider liking and subscribing. With that, let me thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all next time. Bye!